5 in the morning. I woke up because I'm sick. I don't know if you can tell from my voice, but I'm very sick right now. I have some major reading plans. I'm currently reading 3 books and I soft DNF'd one. And so I just want to talk about all of that real quick. I am sipping now on turmeric ginger tea. I have since 5 in the morning drank mint tea, hot water with lemon, and throat coat. I think you guys saw the throat coat. Now I'm drinking turmeric and ginger tea. The book that I'm soft DNFing is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, and I feel crazy about this because I literally posted on TikTok and was like, this might be my favorite Riley Sager book. No, it's so slow. Like, it's one of his slowest. I'm 42% of the way through and I'm kind of like, okay, what are we doing? Where are we going? Like, there have been like 2 things that I'm like, oh, we're kind of getting somewhere. This takes place at a summer camp and a painter returns after the last summer she went, which was also the last summer the camp was ever even opened. Her bunkmates like disappeared and she returns to kind of solve that mystery for herself. So on all accounts, it seems like my thing. Camp thriller, summer thriller, Riley Sager. But it is so slow. I cannot get behind it. So I feel bad for saying on TikTok that this was my jam because it has not become my jam. But you know what is my freaking jam? I picked up I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman. This one is translated by Ross Schwartz. Oh my gosh. I bought this and then my sister ended up reading it on her Kindle after I had the hard copy of it. And I just hadn't picked it up yet, and I just picked it up after I soft DNF'd that. Maybe I will finish it. The reason why I'm saying soft DNF'd is because I might finish it. I'm not sure. But I'm on page 45 of this, and I think I'm just gonna sit here and read this all day. It's so good. I was telling my sister this, and she was like, I think your brain's just trying to make a connection to something, but it's really giving Allegory of the Cave by Plato. But instead of like just these people like don't know what's going on outside of their cave, it's like, oh, these people are imprisoned. The perspective is so awesome. My favorite thing in books probably ever is when like you're told a situation in the very beginning or you're put into a perspective in the very beginning, but because you get so into the story, you kind of forget that you're in that perspective and then randomly it's like reminds you of it. In this story, the main character is sort of like narrating what you're being told after the fact. So in the beginning, you're kind of given that perspective, but then you're just into the story, into what's happening, what her plans are, how she's like accomplishing these things, and then it'll be like, and now I do know why it was like that. And it's like, oh crap. I forgot we were on like the end of this, and this is like a retelling almost. So good. It's like my favorite thing ever in books. And then I'm also rereading Soul Boom. I read this when it came out, or I listened to it when it came out, and it changed my life. I love this book. It's by Rainn Wilson, and the Soul Boom podcast also is really good and intriguing. But yeah, this is a book about why we need a spiritual revolution as humans, and it's very good, very interesting, mind-opening, and yeah, I love it. Yesterday I didn't read any of this, and I've been trying to read both of these since I soft DNF'd the Riley Sager book, but yesterday I didn't read this. I just read some of this. So I'm gonna read this, I think, right now. My other reading plans, guys. I've never read a Jessa Hastings book. I've been really interested in Magnolia Parks, but I kind of don't like romance series. I really like standalone romances, but I watched Sarah Caroli, which queen of the book to read, of course, because she loves Magnolia Parks, The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. After I finish I Who Have Never Known Men, I'm going to read Conditions of Will. Oh, my boyfriend's calling me. Be right back. Hey, what? Hey, what do you mean? I started this morning on page 30 in I Who Have Never Known Men, and I'm now on page 83, so I'm like halfway through. This is only 164 pages long, and by page 50, there's like I don't know how to explain it without spoiling things, but there's something that happens like around page 50 that you're like, huh? Like 20 pages later, you're put back into the perspective of the book, where this is essentially a retelling of what happened to our main character. And then there's just more things being dropped and you're like, sorry, let's go back to that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. It's crazy. This book is crazy. 53 pages today so far of I Who Have Never Known Men. Wow. I also, like I said, I read some of Soul Boom. I only read let's actually see. I only read 7 pages of this because I just read to the next chapter and then I was like, I want to do something else. So frankly, that's what happened. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. Hi guys, back at this angle. For some reason, I have some fun mail from Thrift Books. I am an avid thrift booker. This was the first time though that I've been disappointed in a purchase, but I can't even be mad because it was literally so cheap. That's the thing about thrift books, is like I will always choose the cheapest option, and it usually never is in bad shape. This one is kind of in bad shape, but it was literally $4. Like, you just can't beat that. And it's secondhand. I just feel, overall, it's just like, I feel better about it. Anyway, but I also got an order in from Bando because I had a gift card there. And I got this undated weekly planner. It says, let me write that down. And it has like a folder sheet up here where you can like store things, you see, it's a folder. And then stickers, and then this is how it's laid out. So it's your week, and then a to-do list, 3 things that I did for myself, 3 things I did for others, what went well today, what I could do better. And then I also got this cute mug. It says book lover, and it has stars. It's very cute. And then onto the actual book mail. I have, so in, oh, you can't see, right up there on that shelf I have my little Twilight / Stephenie Meyer, I don't want to say shrine, that might be the best way to describe it, but the only physical copies of the Twilight series that I have are Twilight and New Moon, and then I have Life and Death and The Second Life of Brie Tanner, and then I also have my Dracula up there, and then I have 2 battery operated candles. So I picked up Eclipse, and I've actually only ever read Twilight. I've never read the other ones. I just felt like I needed to complete the original series, so I picked up Eclipse. It's in really great condition. Like, this was $5. This was $5. And then I got Breaking Dawn, but it's in pretty bad shape. Here's the setup. Hi guys, I just finished I Who Have Never Known Men. What a beautiful book. Oh my gosh. Also, it's cloudy, so the sun might change. The lighting might be weird. It's beautiful. This book was insane. 5 stars. Amazing. Everyone needs to read it. I'm actually not going to be reading The Conditions of Will because you know what tomorrow is? Emily Henry New Book Day. So I'm going to get that on my Kindle and I'm going to read it tomorrow. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait. But yeah, that's my update. 5 stars. I Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I also love getting to a titular line in a book or a movie, so that was satisfying. And it happens twice in this book. Anyway, wow. What? Like, wow. It is so much later. I went to the gym with my boyfriend, then he needs to go grocery shopping, so after we went grocery shopping, and I had to pick up a few things, I got new pillows because every morning I wake up and I'm not on my pillow, and I think it's because I hate my pillows and they're not comfortable. Then I came home, I made dinner, I showered. I'm just so happy to be here. I just read a sentence that was like, and thank God I'm back in an Emily Henry book. I take a tiny sip of the lemonade, which turns into a long gulp because it's amazing. Fresh and crisp with torn mint leaves swirling around along with the ice cubes. Like, that's just a sentence, but that literally just made my day. I'm like, thank God. Thank God. I'm having the time of my life. I'm on chapter 3, which is page 22 of The Great Big Beautiful Life. Oh my gosh. First of all, exactly what we want. Like, she's bubbly and like so much fun and just so crazy in an awesome way, and the guy is so far boring and rude, so love that. We'll see how that goes. I'm having an amazing time. I just made my second cup of coffee. And then I peeled 2 cuties, and I'm gonna have that. And basically today, this is my plan. I also have to like make a few appointments, call the dentist, the doctor. I have some things to do today that I actually do genuinely have to do, but beyond that, I'm basically just sitting here, I think, all day. Guys, I'm so excited. This is just amazing. There's nothing more. This is just, really, this is what it's all about. That trend, forgot this is what it's all about. I forgot this is what it's all about. Last night I called my long distance best friend, and she was just saying happy Emily Henry Eve, and I was like, I'm genuinely serious. This feels like when I'm a kid and it was Christmas Eve. Like, I was like giddy. I couldn't go to bed. It was crazy. I also might go to Barnes & Noble soon, because I got Conditions of Will on my Kindle, like I told you guys, but it's because I accidentally bought Kindle Unlimited, and like I told you guys, I'm trying not to like have subscriptions with Amazon, so I'm gonna be canceling my Kindle Unlimited, so I'm basically not gonna have used it at all this month and paid $13 for no reason, but that's okay. I might go buy Conditions of Will. The only Emily Henry books I've read are Happy Place, Funny Story, and People We Meet on Vacation. So I still need to read Book Lovers and Beach Read. Also never read Beach Read. So I need to read Beach Read and Book Lovers. So I might also pick those up. I don't know. Okay guys, just got out of the movie. Drop. I liked it. There were some parts that I was laughing at. I was like, it was a little unbelievable. Some of it was like, okay, that's a stretch. 1 second, gotta tie my shoe. But then other parts were good, and it was entertaining. I don't know. It was tense. I'll say that. I didn't get anything because I'm being wise. And also they didn't have Conditions of Will. They only had like 3 of the Magnolia Park books, and never. They didn't even have what I was gonna buy. I'm home. It is 6 and I have stuff to do in an hour. So I just wanted to pop in and give you an update. I'm on page 95 of Great Big Beautiful Life, and I love it so much. It's one of my favorites, I think. I think it's going to be one of my favorites. Obviously, I'm not even 100 pages in, so who knows? But so far, so really good. I love Alice, her main character. She might be my favorite female main character from the Emily Henry universe. Also, Emily Henry, when she was like promoting this, kept being like, it's a little bit different from my other stuff, and I think where that mostly comes out is in her like writing for Margaret Ives, the character that they're both like trying to write the biography for. She's like an 80-year-old super interesting woman, and so we just have never had Emily write about like this like memoir retelling style, because obviously they're writers and that's what they do. So it's been fun to like see that in her style in its own way. It's been very good. So I am going to go sit down and read for a while. The situationship that Alice is in with this guy back home in LA, I love how it's written. Like, he has this one specific thing that's so annoying, and like it's just written about so well. And like whenever I read about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just don't like him. The time has come. I have 80 pages left and I'm going to finish The Great Big Beautiful Life. I'm so excited. It's taken me much longer than I expected to finish this just because like I've had a lot going on in my personal life, but I love it so much. I'm loving, right now I feel like we're at a crazy time in Margaret's story, so I love that. I think a lot of people are bored by Margaret's story until the end. I've been captivated the whole time. Like, I just find it really refreshing in an Emily Henry book to have a new style of writing and like an attempt at that. I think that that's nice. I will say, I do think that this one is a little too insta-lovey for me, which I haven't heard anybody really saying that, because I think that their dynamic is interesting, but they're like on again, off again, but then I'm like, wait, how did we really get here? Like, sometimes I'm thinking, I'm like, when did we really like make it happen? Like, I don't know. But I love them. I really, really love Alice Scott. I think she's my favorite Emily Henry female main character, which I feel like that'll probably be controversial, but I love her. So yeah, I'm gonna sit down and finish this, hopefully, and I'll get back to you guys when I am done. Me and my sister came to the park. This is Emma. Hi. We went to Trader Joe's and got snacks, and then we came to the park. We're gonna read. I'm on chapter 30. Emma, what are you reading?
This is Dalloway and The Shining.
Fun!
Because this is just a slobber it up type of read.
Okay. What is happening? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. What? What? Okay guys, it happened. Yesterday I finished Great Big Beautiful Life and I have thoughts. I kind of checked in, I think, whenever my thoughts were changing, but at one point I was like, this isn't gonna be 5 stars. I was really worried. I was like, I'm not sure about this. Me personally, I am not someone who loves a fast burn, and I feel like for me, I was like, how did we get all these feelings so quickly? There were like 2 scenes, and I hate to admit to this, that I skimmed because I was like, I get it. I think I get it. Having to do with our female main character and her romantic interest. I just was like, okay. Like, every time it was like emotional or like they were actually talking, I was reading. But there were 2 like spice scenes that I was like, I think I get it. But the ending, yeah, she knew. Miss Emily Henry, she knew what she was doing. That was amazing. Then also I saw Emily Henry, I don't remember what interview it was, but she in an interview said that she feels like a lot of people classify romance novels as escapism, but she doesn't feel that way at all. It's like some of the most natural and organic storytelling, because love is something everybody has experienced or wants to experience. And I agree, especially with her books. Like, for me, there are just certain things about her writing that are just like, I could get this nowhere else. I actually do want to read a few quotes to you guys. We'll get to it, I promise, shifting to the edge of my seat as a breeze lifts my hair off my neck, the smell of my sunscreen drifting toward my nose. But first, I wanted to ask you about something else. So amazing. She didn't remember standing, but she was standing nonetheless. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming along on this vlog. I think I'm gonna give Great Big Beautiful Life 4.5 stars. 4.5. I keep teetering between 4 and 4.5, but the ending was 5 stars, for the record. The ending was 5 stars. Anyway, I am so excited for another Emily Henry book next year, hopefully. And thank you guys for coming along and watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!